What if I told you that Persia never truly disappeared? It simply changed its name. Why would a civilization with thousands of years of history choose, in the middle of the 20th century, to redefine itself before the world? Today, we travel through glorious empires, devastating invasions, and political decisions that reshape the memory of an entire people. This is not just the story of a country, it is the story of how power, religion, and image can alter the destiny of a civilization. So sit back, because what you're about to discover goes far beyond a simple name change. Imagine a land framed by towering mountains, vast deserts, and ancient trade routes. Not just goods moved along those roads, identity, power, and legacy flowed with them. That land is the Iranian plateau. For millennia, it has been a cradle of civilizations. To understand how Persia became Iran, we must travel back to the second millennium before Christ, when Indo-Iranian peoples arrived on this plateau. Nomads, Indo-European speakers, linguistic cousins of those who would later speak Latin and Greek. Their language had nothing to do with Arabic, a common modern misconception. In Old Persian, madar meant mother, padar meant father, echoes that still resonate in mata and pata. These were not just words. They were the foundations of an identity. Among these peoples, two groups emerged, the Medes and the Persians. The Medes settled in the northwest, organized, powerful, dominant. The Persians settled further south, in a region called Pars, the origin of the word Persia. At the time, Persian was only a regional label. It did not define an empire. But that was about to change. From these lands emerged a man who would transform history. Kurosh, known to the world as Cyrus the Great, he did not just conquer territory, he redefined power. After defeating the Medes, Cyrus founded what we now call the Achaemenid Empire, the first true superpower of the ancient world. But unlike many conquerors who ruled through terror, Cyrus ruled through strategy and respect. He restored temples, he honored local gods, he allowed cultures to survive. To the Jews exiled in Babylon, he was a liberator. To the Babylonians, he presented himself as chosen by Marduk. It was brilliant political theater, and it worked. Under Cyrus and his successor Darius I, the empire expanded from the Indus River to the Aegean Sea, from Egypt to Central Asia. A vast road network connected continents. A postal system moved messages with stunning speed. A complex bureaucracy held it all together. But no empire stands untouched forever. In 334 BCE, a young Macedonian king crossed the Hellespont. His name was Alexander the Great. In battles at Granicus, Issus, and Gaugamela, the Persian armies fell. The Achaemenid Empire collapsed. Yet Alexander did something unexpected. He did not erase Persia. He embraced it. He wore Persian robes, married Persian royalty, adopted court rituals, claimed to be the legitimate successor of the Persian kings.
Roxana, my queen.
Our union is sealed, my pake. In this light, our love shall conquer all.
The king's treachery cannot stand.
We must act before dawn.
Agreed. We strike tonight.
To many of his Macedonian soldiers, this was betrayal. But Alexander understood something crucial. Ruling an empire requires more than victory. It requires legitimacy. When he died in 323 BCE, his empire fractured. Yet Persia, as an idea, endured. Under the Parthians and later the Sassanids, Persian imperial identity resurfaced. The Sassanids revived Zoroastrianism, rebuilt imperial grandeur, and once again positioned Persia as Rome's great eastern rival. Then came the 7th century. Arab armies, energized by a new faith, Islam, defeated the Sassanids. Persia fell politically, but culturally, it survived. The Persian language absorbed Arabic vocabulary but preserved its structure. Persian scholars, poets, and scientists would help shape Islamic civilization itself. Through Mongol invasions, Turkic dynasties, and regional struggles, Persian identity adapted without dissolving. Then, in the 16th century, the Safavid dynasty transformed the region again. They imposed Twelver Shi'ism as the state religion, a defining moment that would permanently distinguish Iran from the predominantly Sunni Islamic world. It was during this period that the name Iran, derived from an ancient term meaning land of the Aryans, gained renewed prominence internally. For centuries, outsiders had called the country Persia, based on the Greek rendering of Pars. Inside the country, however, it had long been known as Iran. Two names, one civilization. That dual identity remained until the 20th century. In 1935, the modernizing monarch Reza Shah Pahlavi made a decisive move. He formally requested that foreign governments refer to the country as Iran in official correspondence. Why? Partly nationalism, partly modernization, partly a desire to escape the Orientalist image attached to Persia. Iran sounded ancient, but also sovereign, indigenous, modern. Not everyone agreed. Many intellectuals felt that abandoning Persia risked severing a link to the Achaemenids, to Cyrus, to centuries of global prestige. But the change held. Then came 1979. A revolution led by Ruhollah Khomeini overthrew the monarchy and established the Islamic Republic of Iran. From that moment, the name Iran became globally associated not with carpets and poetry, but with revolution, geopolitics, sanctions, and confrontation. Ironically, Persia began to sound romantic again, evoking lost grandeur and ancient glory. Two names, one land, and an ongoing struggle over memory, identity, and perception. Because sometimes a name is not just a word. It is a battlefield between the past and the present. Persia did not disappear. It became Iran. And the story is still unfolding.